Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday. I have forgotten some things I need to do. Good morning. I hope you had a wonderful and possibly, depending on your weather, depending on your weather, I hope you had a great weekend. Ours was full of rain. Which for here, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Fun day, Sunday. If you are on Instagram, I don't know if I can see you. I downloaded a new thingy and it said it was perfect and great and all that. And I'm waiting to see. Mr. Fry just pulled out of the driveway. He is heading back to Santa Fe. And then he'll be back in 4 or 5 days. And then we're going to move over to Santa Fe. So, yay. Anybody want to pack me? No, it's okay. You're chilling in bed. How nice. How nice. We're fairly used to picking up and moving. We do it every once in a while. You tell me, we're going to Hawaii. I can be packed in hours. Like I have a whole drawer. Oh no, I'm fine. It's all good. I have a whole drawer of Hawaii stuff. I am not kidding. Like the Hawaii is there. The swimsuit, the muumuus, the what you think of. You're in sunny Las Vegas for the week, not going to do much. Love and light. Diana, hope everything was all right. Oh yeah, we move like this all the time, Brenda. I'll be spending the afternoon packing crystals. I might do a small crystal sale this afternoon because we have some baskets that are already, we had a sale on Saturday evening, but we didn't go very long, right? Same with Hawaii, right? Right, Trina? We can go. I'm thinking 2023 might actually be the Hawaii year that we go do the retreat over in Hawaii. I need to talk to Trina and see about how to make that happen. Joanna, I agree with you. Hawaii feels like home. We've lived there now for just about 1.5 years on and off. And there's something about the Hawaiian energy that settles in. I have some of my best Isis, Laura, hi. I have some of my best epiphanies, my biggest epiphanies while I've been in Hawaii. Just send the tickets, right? How do you do that? How do you do that? You're moving it just a trip? No, we're moving. We're moving. I have to pack all the crystals this week. In my room and all my jewelry stuff and all of our clothes, and there we go. No big deal. It really isn't a big deal. We do it all the time. So every couple of years, something. We're not selling the house. I absolutely love Hawaii. 2023, I'm thinking might be a Hawaii year. I don't want to do it next year just because I want the restrictions to have lifted. And if Hawaii is smart, they would do the vaccine, just for over there. I'm not saying the vaccine works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not getting into politics and all that crap. But on an island like that, something can burn through so quickly that they need to take all of their. I stayed in that condo at the resort for a whole week. 2 weeks. Sorry, 2 weeks. And I wasn't even allowed to go outside and check the door number on the door in Hawaii, but whatever. After that, it was fair game, man. March is your birthday. Go in March. March is my birthday as well, so maybe, right? Anyways, we rented this house here. We're not selling it as of right now. We have no idea what's going on. I know that we're gonna do some traveling this year. We're not in a huge hurry. It's paid off, so if it sits here, the neighbors will enjoy the pool for the summer, and they'll take care of that. And I have somebody that mows the lawn. Who cares? Who cares? It's here. We can work on it when we want to. I smell like Bitch Be Gone spray. I have been putting barcodes on all the Bitch Be Gone spray. So if anybody wants any, I have it sitting there in 4 and 8 ounce bottles in the other room. But my hands smell amazing. What is that movie from? Superstar? Superstar? Mm. The crystals, I would be hanging them from the dash. The crystals, this is so funny because Sam took the Suburban back to Santa Fe because he signs all the papers on Monday and then he can move in Monday afternoon right into the house. So he doesn't want to stay in the hotel. He's going to go into the house. And I'm going next week so that I can start buying furniture, for the home. Superstar. Bitch begone spray. So he packed up today. It's funny, our priorities. Okay. So he packed Fern. Fern is on her way to Santa Fe. He packed Fern and, that got me for a second. He packed Jim, my father-in-law. No wonder he's like a spirit guide for me, right? Because he goes everywhere with us. So he's on his way over there with Sam as well. The bed and Sam's clothes and his crystals. And that's what's going to Santa Fe this week. That's what's going to Santa Fe. And then we're going to go spend the 4th of July in Texas. We're going to spend the 4th of July in Texas. And we're going to be doing some traveling. We're going to be going up to Michigan at some point this year. And we have a bunch of stuff we're going on. So anyways, hi, everybody. I hope we're having a delightful, delightful Sunday. And we're going to go ahead and you got Sweet Dream coffee now. Is it good? I've not had that one. Should do drumming circles. Santa Fe is a huge, huge spiritual area. I'm sure somebody does drumming circles in Santa Fe, and I want to be a participant. I don't want to be a leader in that. I want to participate. Yes, we're going to Texas for the 4th of July. Absolutely. Bay City, Texas. Bay City, Texas. Teresa Gibbs lives right there in Matagorda. And Matagorda right there. I think she lives in Matagorda. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I have a card deck here. I have my deck cards here. We bought some new cards last night because we have a small card addiction, obviously. I think I am going to get on later on this afternoon, and if anybody wants to add to baskets, they can do that. With Bitch Be Gone spray, we have some of the journals left. Not a lot, but we have a couple journals left. These are the journals that we have left. They are the 3-ring binder notebook little thingies. They have charms on them and all sorts of things. We have some of these left. And then the other thing I was going to sell possibly tonight was, wait for it. It must be that important. Oh, cards. I might go through cards. For anybody that didn't see I don't know. It depends on how ambitious I feel. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It's a caramel chocolate nut flavor. Lori, I might have to order some of that. Hey, oh, you're going over to Big Island. I'd be like, go to Haleiwa, pick some up and ship it to me. I want to go over to Haleiwa. They have this macadamia nut farm. Oh, Lord, if you can get nuts from the island, let me tell you what, do it. Or Lori, while you're over there, I'm sure that they have the Dole pineapples over on the Big Island. I'm sure they do. Make sure you eat some pineapple over on the Big Island when you're there. Pineapple on the mainland is not pineapple from the islands. You cannot pick pineapple. You can't cut pineapple. It doesn't mature anymore. It doesn't ripen anymore after you've picked it. So any pineapple you guys have on the mainland, I'm a pineapple snob now. I'm like, I can't eat that. It's so hard. You eat pineapple over where they grow it, wherever they grow it, whether it's Hawaii or wherever, there's a difference. Fresh pineapple. Joanna knows what I'm talking about, right, Joanna? It's different. It's so sweet that you'll be like a pineapple snob too. Pineapple from the island is so different. Do they have a plantation on the Big Island too? I didn't know that. And look up to see Look up to see if they have eucalyptus trees on the Big Island. I'm pretty sure they do. But look it up and see if you can find out where to go see them, because they are absolutely stunning, you guys. The euc trees are amazing. They're called rainbow eucalyptus, and the bark peels off in different layers of colors. It looks like a rainbow. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I really am considering, I have a couple things going on right now that I have to hammer out. But since the cruise was canceled, or since we stepped away from the cruise, actually the cruise is not canceled. Cruise is still going on. So if you guys are still planning on going the cruise, you know, it's still going on. But since we stepped away as the feature speaker, due to, you know, COVID crap, we're going to plan something big for 2023. We're going to. It's going to be fun. Anyways. You got 2 big bags full of tulip bulbs yesterday and went to the Dutch bakery. Yum. Right? Do they smell good? I have no idea, Brenda. The trees themselves, I've never really paid much attention to it. I was so entranced with how beautiful they are. They're just stunning. And if anybody has ever seen them, they know what I'm talking about. If you've been to Oahu and you've gone to the Dole Plantation on Oahu, they line the front perimeter of that. Good morning, Jude. Good morning. So save your pennies, you guys. We're talking about Oahu. Oh, maybe the Big Island. The Big Island has all those really beautiful waterfalls. So it might be the Big Island. But I'll have to talk to Trina. I'll have to talk to Trina and find out what she says. But I really think her and I are going to do something together. 2023. Yeah, okay. I was doing some math. Okay, so today, let's see, who are we pulling cards for? Let's do some cards today. Christina Moore. Hi, everybody. If everybody could share one time, that would be fabulous. Anything grown on the islands is so pure. The volcanic soil makes everything richer and cleaner. It does. It really. You're doing a 12-hour tour. Wow. You can download an app for your phone that'll take you around to the different waterfalls. The Big Island app that'll take it's so cool. And if you start at one point, it'll give you the history of Hawaii as you go. We did that. It was great. Maui too. I have not. We didn't make it to Maui. We didn't make it to Maui. Not yet. I'm going to go to Molokai. That's where I'm going to go. Sam will go back there eventually. I always wanted to own property there, but have you guys seen what they're doing on Hawaii? I love it. I love it. If you ever plan on buying property there, you might want to think again. You might want to think again. The Hawaiians are smart. They're getting smarter, and they're realizing that the government and Hawaiians had no right to sell their property. Like, it was tribal property, not, and this is in their royal decrees. You got married on Secret Beach? Really? I was matron of honor on Secret Beach about 5 years ago. And it is such a cool little beach, but man, it'll beat the snot out of you with those waves. So you're talking about on at Ko'olina, right? Hawaii is a really, how many times have you been to Hawaii? I've been twice, but we lived there for a year the first time at Ko'olina. We lived at Ko'olina, the Disney resort, the first time, and the second time too. But, and the second time I was there for 6 months, and just love it. The land is leased in Hawaii for 100 years. You wished Hawaii would never have joined the U.S. They really didn't voluntarily join the U.S. So the Hawaiians are figuring out now, and they're winning these court battles. They're going to, if any of their ancestors were ever buried on that property, they can claim it. It doesn't matter if somebody has purchased property there, like the Disney resort, it doesn't matter. They can reclaim the property if any of their families ever lived on that property and worked that property and been buried there. They just have to prove lineage, and they're winning the court battles. Are you the only ones on My Mystical Life, Nancy? Post our links. Let's see. Post our links. Look at me this morning. I'm not alive yet. I am, but we've been trying to get Sam out the road. Thank you, Nancy. That's mymysticallife.com. You guys, Mondays, wish we could reclaim the Lemurian area, but a lot of it's underwater. And they have claimed what's left, by the way, that rim area, that volcanic area there. That's the very crown of Lemuria, right? Okay. Do they have to buy it back? No, they do not have to buy it back. The person that bought the property loses everything. Loses everything. Because I was talking to Trina about purchasing land on the Big Island, and she says, let me tell you something. And now you're watching it. Yesterday they had a parade. There was 100 cars in a parade about reclaiming the property on Oahu. They're becoming aware of what they need to do to make it happen legally, and people are assisting them, and they're creating groups of people that are going, this is ours. And anyways, it's hi Beth. I'm on my second cup of coffee. So everybody take a minute and just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. My energy got way out of whack yesterday. I have a family member that calls, and I love him. But boy, he can really, really throw me for a loop. I've heard you have to have the vaccine to go there, not constitutional, but apparently they're doing it. Joanna, I don't know if they require it yet or not. I know international travel does. And, everybody's doing what they need to do. They feel like they need to do to feel protected. And that's it just, last week was hard for me. Last week was sucked. It sucked. I was so looking forward to that cruise. So do they get all empty land or all of it? No, all of it. All of it. Yeah, Mercury retrograde has been kicking everybody's asses. Your mom couldn't get a flight because of it. Good to know. Good to know. See, I want to wait. You have to get pre-tested. I want to wait to know that there's going to be things cleared for that, before we plan anything over there. I'm not gonna do that. Good morning, Bradley. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a blast in Salem. We're going to plan for next year's. Next year, I want to do Halloween time, October, not Halloween, but Halloween time in New Orleans. So that's how we're going to plan right now. I know, Nancy. Here's the problem. I felt so bad. Everybody canceled. Everybody on our list canceled. Like, we had almost 20 people and they canceled. And I felt really bad. But it is, I hope they don't have to cancel the whole thing. Not that we were that big of a number of that, but, we were a substantial amount. Salem, and then New Orleans. That's going to be next Halloween area. Yeah. Hi, Kelly. All right, here we go. Here we go. I know, Nancy, but it makes me feel bad. Made me feel bad. Okay. Tammy Deskins, are you still here? Tammy Deskins, yeah, I know, I felt horrible. Horrible. Tammy Deskins. No, Brenda, we're not going on the cruise. They required vaccinations, and my guides have been very, 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 very proactive on saying no. So I have to follow my guidance. Oh, I really need to dust that table over there. Yes, there's something coming. There's something coming. Oh, Tammy, this is a perfect card for you. Perfect card for you. You're trying to put too many things in front of your eyeballs, girl. You're trying to put too many things on your plate. Stop back. Bring back simplicity. That's what they say. Bring back simplicity. Why are you trying to be everything to everybody? You need to step back, take a breath, take a day. Oh, Oh shit. Take a day. I have the hardest time with this. Take a whole day and do, oh, it's horrible. Actually, Brenda, I'll tell you, I'll talk to you about that in just a second. Um, take a day and do nothing. This would be torture for me. It would be torture for me, like, to do nothing. I'm like, here's my first thing. Well, what do I do then? Nothing. I have a pool out there. Do I sit by it? No. Sit back, find something to do that is nothing related to work, nothing related to making your brain work. Just read a book, watch some television. I knew Tammy would have a hard time with this. She's like, that made my butthole pucker. Do nothing. I'm sorry for anybody it's the first time. You need to do nothing. And you know, it's you need to just chill, take a nap. This sounds so challenging, doesn't it? Take a nap. Go outside, sit outside and enjoy the sound. Close your eyes and listen to the birds. You know, something like that. Just find a day to do nothing. You need to disengage. You need some clarity. This is going to bring clarity and its importance to different things that you have going on in life, and just go and decompress. It's important. Brenda Springer, you would think that the decision was very hard to not do the speaker. My problem with the whole thing of stepping away from the lead speaker role there was disappointing people. I had no problem with the decision that if this is this, then I'm not going to do this. That wasn't even a, if this is this, I'm not doing that. That I already had that in my brain, and my guides were like, that's it. Okay. But I did not want to, oh, gotcha, Nancy Gilliard. I did not want to disappoint anybody. And that is my big thing about that. Can't spell today. Crystal. I think I spelled it right. Let me know. You're the queen of doing nothing? Oh gosh, see, we're on the road to doing nothing. We'll be in the Smoky Mountains soon. Awesome, April. Awesome. Be more like your cat. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Patty, I just got the pool straight, and I might get in, but it's been raining now for a week. A week. Yes, it's because of vaccination mandates, and anybody that knows me online knows I, first of all, don't do shots. I don't do shots. And second of all, my guides are, we don't do that shot. No. Okay. Okay. You're the best. There's a difference between procrastination and not doing anything, though. Who would agree? There's a difference between procrastination and not doing anything. Procrastination is we put the things off we know we need to do because we're doing other things, right? Procrastination, that's procrastination. And not doing anything is, boy, I have a bunch of books I haven't got past the 3rd chapter, and maybe I should sit down and read one of those. But that's still doing something, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Ashley Budd, I do see your comment. Yes. Lisa, do I date this guy? Can you pick up on it? I feel like it's going to be a headache. Procrastination causes stress. Big difference, right? Right. Absolutely. I look at things. I've been procrastinating about working on the fronts of my cabinets. I have door fronts to my cabinets that I need to wood putty and then sand and then paint and put back up Oh, he has several kids. Whew, that's the headache, girl. You know what comes with those kids, right? I can tell you. The other woman. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. If everybody could share one time, that'd be great. Laying in the chair with a little white lion doing nothing. That's awesome. That's awesome. I thought about not doing anything today, but then I have billing to do, so I have to get billing out. And I'm kind of excited to do it because everything that I have that we sold yesterday, Saturday, because we did a very short sale, didn't we? It was like 2.5 hours. It was like 2.5 hours. I'm like, I'm tired. And but everything that we sold has barcodes on it, so I'm super, super excited to do the billing with barcodes. We'll see how fast it goes. I would love to be able to get all these things out today. That would be fabulous, wouldn't it? You don't need to send you a bill. Were you in there? Yeah, you were there, right? Thank you, Jude. You missed it. I was thinking about doing more tonight. We did do some celestite. Sam sold some amber, right? Which was, it's so hard sometimes to get him to sell some stuff. And I'm like, I need to not be able to pack as much. Pamela, like, bad gut feeling. It happens. Putting up my pictures. Just got to get my painting framed from Maui, local artist. That's cool. Yeah, the amber is so cool that he sold 7 pieces, I think. He bought too much. I was going to do the water bottles today. I have the water bottles all ready to be put out there with barcodes on them. I was going to do water bottles today. I feel Sam. I have things and I can't get rid of anything. Oh, he's fun. You wanted to buy a broken piece of amber, Lori, of amber? Okay. And Gore. And whatever it is that you are doing that is creating, first of all, I want to tell you that Archangel Michael's like cruising around you. I definitely know that Archangel Michael is covering your butt. Actually, I want to say I feel like there's somebody around you that you see that glitch? Stop. That has I don't know, some negative opinions, some negative things you're hearing, some backlash, something like this. This is Angor, that is bringing in a feeling that he feels like do we have any elite shungite? Well, we do, Pamela. That he feels like he needs to protect you from. He's trying to bring in a layer of protection for you, and he needs you to be aware. He's like, I'm taking care of this, but I need you to be aware that there's somebody behind the scenes that is giving you a little bit of guff, a little bit of grief, maybe saying something to you or about you that is going to create a little grief for you or a little hurt feeling, something along those lines. Yeah, Pamela, we have it for sale. We have celestite too. The celestite, you're talking about the fragments. Yeah, I gotcha. Lori Spears, I gotcha. So Anne, make sure you're talking and checking in with Archangel Michael and figuring out what this is, because he's like, I'm covering, but just make sure that there's a level of anxiety. I get this because this is my Archangel Michael absolute. I know that he's taking care of somebody and he's following behind, and he's almost like dusting things away, like a little dustpan. Moving on. I'm scrolling on through, you guys. Scrolling on through. Let's go with Oh, Ashley Budd. I'm going to pull you a card. Ashley, I also want to say that I believe you have somebody that's, if you are picking up phantom smells, you know, clear aliens here and there, where you just, it might even be not be very confident, cognizant. You might just be very like, oh, I think of so-and-so, because you might have smelled something. It's just a whiff of something and you go, oh, remember so-and-so used to do so-and-so, do something and something. That is a past loved one trying to give you information. They're trying to say, hey, don't worry about it. I'm right here. I'm right here. And it comes so fleeting. And you guys know what? We have so many clairs that come across that we just don't pay any attention to because they're so common. They're so common. And we have a thought about somebody because we saw a picture in our brain about blah, 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 in our imagination, right? In our imagination about so-and-so. And it correlated to something else. So this is what this person's talking about. It's like it's common and you just don't pay attention to it. And it has to do with some new things that you have going on in life. They're talking about rebirth. Pay attention to the messages that are coming across. And when you're starting to think about people that have passed away briefly, that way you know, okay, what is this gonna, if you're starting to maybe you're working in the kitchen, this is such an easy one, right? Because a lot of times when we're working in the kitchen, we'll smell something that has no place being there. Like you might smell grandma's chocolate chip cookies or something like that. And just to let you know that grandma is there, you know, there could be hey, little fly. There could be just hey, I'm going to be around you more often. There's some new clear aliens coming for you, or maybe you have some spiritual awareness coming up, something like that. So just know that you have somebody standing behind you trying to help guide you, and that when that memory pops up, that's a guide. That's a guide. That's someone that's like, I'm going to help you. And it may be somebody you think about it on a general basis and loved, or it might be somebody that you really didn't care for all that much. My very first spiritual guide on my spiritual journey was my father-in-law, Jim, and him and I were oil and water. I mean it, oil and water. Like there's family sayings in our family just because we yelled at each other. We didn't yell, but we didn't get along. And I said some things and he didn't like them. And anyways, so he wasn't my favorite person. And when he came in as a guide, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. And come to find out, him and I have a blast. And so it might not be somebody that you're thinking of, right? Him and I have a blast. When he steps in, and he's in today because Sam's driving, he pays attention when Sam's driving. So I know that he takes care of him. So there you go. Nancy Bullard, I want to talk about wanting to cough something up. I want to talk about the feeling of airing out old shit, and I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to talk about. It's almost like coughing up something old that was a bad habit, or that it's not something you've done in a long time. It's something that you can associate with somebody else that still does something that you don't approve of so much. And it's just like, hey, something that needs to be dealt with in that realm and arena. And it may not settle with you very well, and the end result might not be the greatest. And it's how do you become okay with that? Because don't go into situations with expectations, right? Go into situations with resolution in mind and help along the way. Because if we go in with a preconceived notion of what is going to happen, then, it could be that we thought something was going to not go so great. Always be hopeful, but something needs to be resolved. And it just seems like an old pattern that almost is getting ready to be cut away. I hope that helps. I don't know. But it definitely comes as as almost like a coughing up of something old and getting rid of. And when they show that, it's just a nasty image. If you're new here, please give a shout out. Sam was packing. I was doing laundry, all sorts of stuff this morning. Sam headed back to Santa. Is Sam a truck driver? No. Sam actually works at, right now he's working at Los Alamos. He is a management schedule maintenance guy. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Give us a whoop whoop if you're a late bloomer, a My Mystical Lifer. Yeah, so it's kind of like a contractor kind of job. And man, it's expensive in Santa Fe. Woo, woo. But whoop whoop to new people, right? Yeah, go in with resolution, not expectation. Hi, everybody. Hi, all the new people. Make sure you like, follow, and share My Mystical Life. You can find us. You can find our membership, which, by the way, if you hit the membership tab at My Mystical Life, is tomorrow's class is on. Who knows what tomorrow's class is on? Who knows what tomorrow's class is on? Whoop, whoop. Who knows without having to look at the schedule what tomorrow's class is on? It is a live. It is on fairy gardens. We're talking about fairy gardens tomorrow. Did that help? Did that help, Nancy? I hope it helped. We are talking about fairy gardens tomorrow. And last week was canvas art. So if you guys go look on My Mystical Life or the Late Bloomers page, go look on Late Bloomers, Healers, and Intuitive, our My Mystical Life page. You'll see a lot of different canvas art on there. It's a lot of fun. It's also something you can look up if you're a My Mystical Life member. So for $11.11 a month, we are a fun tribe of people. We do a lot of different stuff, and our classes on Mondays are generally live classes. So unless we're traveling, and I'm going to put a caveat in here that next Monday, the class, we're going to be traveling. Hey, if you want to dress up like a fairy, have at it, man. That's funny, Stacy. That is funny. How do I dress up like a fairy? I don't have a tutu. Next Monday's class. Okay, so next Monday's class is going to be recorded. And let me tell you why. It's going to be an easy recorded class, and then we'll do a chat on it later on in the week when I have my desk set up over in Santa Fe. But next week's, not tomorrow's class, but the class after that is going to be on the second segment of the business end of being an intuitive. The first class, which was at the beginning of this month, was on, do you really want to do this? I had a lot of people message me that was like, I don't even know that this is something I want to do. I didn't understand that this went forward like that. And I said, well, it's a business. It is a business. If you're going to do this as a business and submit taxes, you have to think about all these things, right? So our next class on the business end of intuition is going to be on web pages. So that is going to be a recorded class. I can record that, and you guys will have questions, I'm sure, and we'll do a question and answer on that probably on maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not quite sure, because it is going to be a recorded class. Look at you guys all dressing up. Are you guys dressing up? Because I have to find wings. So much pressure. We're going to find wings this time of year. Wire? Toile? I don't know. Okay. So, and then we have the second Monday of next month is Sam's crystal class. We're going to give Sam a break. The second Monday of next month is going to be the discussion class. We are going to discuss the webpage class and anything else you guys want to discuss on that second Monday of next month. You see me putting together my classes for next month as we do this, simply because we're going to be traveling and moving. Where's my pencil? For the love of all things holy, how does the pencil walk away? Oh, look, there's a checkbook we've been looking for all day. Dollar store, that may happen. Oh, there's the pencil. So we have talked that we're going to have one chat class a month. So we're going to give Sam a break next month. And we'll put chat class in the second week. And then the third week, we're doing the water. We're doing another fairy art, spirit art class. And then on the 28th of next month, we're doing gnome homes. So we have some really, really cool stuff coming up. I have no costume. It's okay. It's okay. I'm thinking about how I can, the pencil fairy stole it, right? How I can like do my makeup like fairies. I have some really good glitter makeup. It'll take me forever to get it off after that, right? So there we go. I also need to, I'm going to start working on the, I'm working on the guided meditation for next month. So let's do this. You guys, Metatron, doing a Metatron, guided meditation. What should our guided meditation be to for June? What should our guided meditation be to with Archangel Metatron for June? Suggestions. We're looking for, I know, Metatron, and every single meditation and every single shamanic journey within the membership is guided by Archangel Metatron. I sit down, I have no idea where we're going when we start. I just know the destination. I have no idea anything. And I just come back on the other side and go, that's cool. How can I get past, Ashley's like, how can I get past questioning my guides? 2x4 therapy. I get signs and feelings, but I always find myself questioning it all. You're not, Ashley, you're not questioning your guides. So, let's see. What does he suggest? He suggests to the center of the Merkaba. That is the weirdest feeling. You're not questioning your guides. You're questioning yourself. There's a difference. Having the self-confidence in yourself to feel worthy to receive information from your guides. If you sit down and you dissect it, I mean, like right here, I'm sitting here going, this is so true. This is so true. Most people, all people are intuitive, right? That's not where I started with the most. But most people don't have the confidence in their self, center of the Merkaba, don't have the confidence in their self to believe that, right, Ashley? To believe in themselves enough to allow their guides to move forward. Because we're taught, right, that there's a mediation, there's an in between, we can't do this. And it's very hard for us with our dogmatic belief system that is taught generation after generation that we have to have something else to get there. And that's just not the truth. We all have connection to the divine. And I don't know what level you work at. Starting in August, I'm going to do another a late bloomers intuitive class. It's going to be fashioned differently. It might be even a little bit before. It depends on how quickly I get settled into our new space. Because that's what we teach. We teach that everybody can do this. Everybody can do this. It's just a matter of having the confidence. Hi, Deshanta. Having the confidence to create the connection. Yes. Don't you just hate the conditioning we get without our permission? Absolutely. I don't hate it. I understand it but I mean, still, I don't care for it at all. Yeah. So once you figure out that your guides are always going to be right? So can you validate your guides are always going to be right? Ashley, can you validate that? Validate that you're, yeah. They're always going to be right. Every single time. I've argued with Metatron like back and forth, back and forth. Then when he gets tired of it, he gives me 2x4 therapy and says, you're going to listen. And then he drops validation in front of me that I cannot refute. And I go, fine. And I get online, I'm like, I got a beat down from Metatron. So, I just kind of free myself. Then once I get information, I question it. It is not easy all the time so let's do this. You guys, with the late bloomers classes, who felt more confident in your ability to connect with your guides? Not necessarily do readings, because that's not everybody's goal, and that's not the class goal, really. The goal is, if you want to do readings on the last couple, we're going to do readings. A lot of people fall off, and I talk about it during the class. A lot of people are going to fall off on this because they don't really care to do readings. But when we build our self-confidence and we talk to ourselves better, and we start to establish a ground, even if that ground moves, even if it feels wobbly, I want you to know that you have the ability to create that connection because you are divine. That's when I say at the end of a reading, when I'm done and I'm wrapping it up and I'm like, find light, find love, find joy, because I really believe all of these things lead to the feeling of being divine. And I say, hey, feel divine because you are. I mean it. You're divine. You're a little piece of stardust that has decided to fall down at this time and create connection for yourself and other people and lessons. Oof, this is all guided, by the way. This is like so totally, I don't even know who this is at the moment. But and that's the way they show it, is a little piece of light that has stepped down to bring in messages, to help others move forward, to bring forward light. And the more you struggle, the tighter things start to feel. And the more you struggle, the harder you get on yourself and the more self-confidence you lack. So surrender. Step into a journey. Do you do shamanic journey? Shamanic journey will take you there, man. I mean to tell you, you will sit down, have a one-on-one with your guide and come back feeling like $1 million. You think that type of meditation comes around all the time? It does. It does. Believe it or not. We're all capable of it, right? We're all capable of it. And you know why shamanic journey works? Because it works with science. It is validated through science. It is the theta brainwave. It actually changes your brainwave to allow the connection to a different dimension. I didn't. Gloria Spears, did you see my message regarding Metatron? I got yakking like this. I'm having a stroke. My stream has gone so fast. Christina Moore, in the membership. If you're in the membership, I don't know who's in the membership at this point. I do sometimes, and then I don't. Every single guided meditation, they're called guided meditations in there, but every single one of them is a shamanic journey. I use theta brainwave for every single one of them because it gets you so much closer. You can sit there and have a conversation, or you can do whatever. You can fly. I love that flying one. Just go jump off the cliff and fly. That is probably the most freeing thing, right? Standing on the edge of a cliff and just knowing that you're taken care of. And sometimes, boy, doesn't it feel like that's what you're doing with your guides. Ashley, move your mouth. That's what your guides say. Move your mouth. Stop doubting. I was exactly where you are. Exactly where you are. And that's when Metatron came in and gave me 2x4 therapy. And he said, you're going to go online. And I said, no, I don't want to. I wouldn't talk to anybody. Like, I don't do on phone. I would only do email readings. That's all I would do. And you want to know why? Because it was a very big disconnect. It was a disconnect. I had no personalization with that. And he was like, no, we're not going to do this anymore. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we are. And he went, let me show you something. And I don't know how many years, it was like 2 years ago now that happened. I don't know. I actually have to look back and see when the first time I went online. And if you look at me the first time I went online compared to today, there's a huge difference. Huge difference. I was looking at that the other day. Go on. No makeup. What the hell? But that's 6 of one, half a dozen other. Right? So it is, when I first went out and did my first live, it felt like, wow, this is cool. This is cool. That's all I wanted to do was online through emails, Charisse. Yeah, that's what I did. I sold my, right? So I did mine through eBay, and then eBay banned us. And then I went through Etsy, and then Etsy banned us. You can sneak around it, but I didn't want to. Sounds like trouble at that point, right? And, you know, I've known quite a few people that have been banned on Facebook too. It is, isn't it, Jude? Where you just step out there and you sit there and just like, I never know what the message is going to be for anybody, ever. I know Jude doesn't either. When you start working, you're just like, I give you a message. And it comes in the strangest of ways. But have some faith in yourself. That's where it starts. You're not doubting your guides. You're doubting yourself. That's a big no-no. Big no-no, because you're divine. You're divine. Well, thank you, Bradley. That's so sweet. He says, if you didn't do lives, I don't think Heidi or I would have found you. I'm so thankful that Metatron pushed you. He's a pushy guy. He's pushy. So somebody on here, I was so nervous, then boom, I was so comfy. Yeah, the messages blow you away, right? You sit there sometimes. I was talking about to Sam the other day. Oh, the opera singer. I got offline because I never really remember after I get offline who I read for, right? And I was like, so I was reading, and there was this opera singer that was coming across. How random is that, right? This person was singing opera, and it was somebody's great-grandmother. She just researched her on Ancestry.com 2 days before. What? Synchronicities. Thank you. I thought I had it backwards, but I didn't know if it was me or my guides. Yeah. Trust yourself. Start talking, and boy, let me tell you what. Here's what happens. Ooh, this is a chemical thing. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. This is a chemical thing. Okay, here's a chemical thing here, because science is always in the habit of trying to catch up with metaphysics. It really, really is, right? Because metaphysical people like, we can do this, and science goes, but wait a minute, why? So they're always behind us trying to figure it out, because they want to know that there's something behind everything that happens in the universe, which, you know, hey, okay, whatever. But when it comes to, hold on, I forgot what I was talking about. Shit. Oh, chemicals. Okay. So when it comes to people trying to get validation for what they're doing, what happens is you have these people, right? We're left brain, right brain people. We are either left brain, which says, I like facts, I like science, I like math. I want to make things all in a nice little order. I want to have checkboxes, and I'm going to make it work for me, right? And then we have the right-hand people that go, oh, butterflies. Butterflies, fairies, right? Marry that. Try to put that together. Let me tell you what, not always the easiest thing on the face of the planet to do. So here's what happens. You have your right brain that's wanting to connect. I want to believe. I want to have faith in the things that I get messages for. Okay. And then just like UFOs, right? And then you have the left side of the brain that says, but I can't see, taste, touch, or smell it. It can't be real. I can't validate it. It can't be real. And this is true. This is absolutely true. Isis, I want to be both left and right, right? And it's hard to bring these two things together, which is why you'll hear me talk about science every once in a while, because it's important for our left brain to get validation. So what do you think happens when you go, my brain is like, oh, at the moment. What do you think happens when you go, okay, Isis, you know what? I'm going to pull a card for you. Throat chakra, throat chakra, throat chakra, throat chakra, throat chakra. Okay, but I'm still going to pull a card. That's a whole reading right there. Throat chakra. And here's the thing. I know Isis knows what I'm talking about. She has to know what I'm talking about. It's frustration and throat chakra and overly quiet and wanting to say and darkness in that throat chakra, and just to be very moderated in what you say, because then if you don't, you're going to word vomit all over somebody and you don't want that. Okay. So, but we're still going to pull a card for Isis here. And we're going to go, oh, because you have so much integrity, it's very difficult for you to move forward in some different way than what you really feel like you should be doing. Or you want to do something that you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or cause trouble, right? Right? So can you validate this for me, Isis? Can you validate this for me? Because your guides are like, blah, 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 blah. Can you validate this? Good morning, everybody. And if she can't, that's fine. If she can't, that's fine. Because she may come back and go, you crazy. Okay, so she can validate this. Yes, I can. Okay, do you know what just those 3 words, yes, I can, help you? Because now your left brain has something to see. Your left brain now can see. Somebody can validate what you just told them. That's why the interaction with other people when you're doing readings and you're trying to build spiritually, it's why we do 2 or 3 classes at the end of the late bloomers classes, because you need to know that somebody can say, yes, I understand what you're telling me. You need that to move forward. I missed something with Lori. Word vomit, that's good. I think this happened to me the other day at the post office. I can understand. You're not alone. I have the membership and miss all the classes too. I was just thinking I need to try to attend at least some of the classes. Yeah, but you can always watch the recordings. You can always watch the recordings. And this is why we're adding that chat class instead of a class 1 time a month. We did this collective chat the other day, a couple Mondays ago, and we had so much fun just chatting about different things that everybody wanted to talk about, that it was just, we were replacing a class with it just because we learned a lot of each other. So music requires left and right brain for cooperation. I played bassoon for 7 years and piano since I was 5. Wow, you played bassoon? How cool. Well, the scientist, physicists, psychics, the scientific psychic, what the hell, can't figure out, according to their law, how UFOs can have propulsion at an accelerated rate. Well, that's because it's beyond our thought. It's beyond our brain. It was put there with limitations on purpose so that we don't move too fast, right? Okay. So validation, super important when you're moving forward on your spiritual journey. Super, super important. Woo-woo. I can't even play the spoons. Make sure that you just are building on your foundation, Ashley. If you move, you want to make sure you ground, center, protect. And I know center doesn't sound very important, but let me tell you what, centering is very, very important. So make sure you're taking care of all three of those areas. And this isn't centering, okay? I look center. That's not centering. So much more. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. I kind of got on a rant today, right? Right? Kind of got on a rant. I'm so sorry, Jude. I'm sorry your friend passed. You haven't consciously connected with your guides. I like how you put that, Amy, actually. You haven't consciously connected with your guides. Consciously. But they're connected to you all the time, right? Make sure you're taking care of yourself, finding that center, that silence. It's so, so, so important. I'm going to pull another card. Okay. Who am I pulling a card for? Kimberly Petchu. Oh, right there. Okay. I had to volunteer. So Kimberly, I don't know what you have going on. You're ready for a nap. You know what? I'm ready for a nap too. I had a box fall on my head yesterday. It gave me some whiplash. I'm ready for a nap. When we step out with babies, and this is so funny because it's the imagery that they give me for you. Where'd she go? Kimberly Petchu. When you step out and just put a toe into something, you're only going to get a toe's worth back. Like, it's like, ooh, you're only going to get that much back. Step out boldly. Step out and go, you know what? You have a guide that actually goes. So I'm sorry, don't shoot the messenger. Sometimes our guides cuss. I can't help that. That's not my fault. Okay. And it's not bad. It's just like, make it your bitch. It's a gentleman. It's a guy. And it's so funny because he's like, I'm a gentleman. But I can cuss, but not in front of women. It's like, I don't know if you might know who this person is, but it's like, there's behavior that you do in front of women. And then there's men behavior. But he's like, come on, be bold, step forward, take action. That's the only way you're going to make change. Make the changes that you feel are necessary to shift gears for yourself. Because if you're going to still go in a circle, then they give me the image of a mall train, like for the kids, where it just keeps going in the same. There's no change here. There's no change. Those kids are easy to entertain though, aren't they? But there's no change. Create the change. Because it's not only going to change things for you, but it's going to change things for quite a few people in your family. They're going to be like, whoa, it's going to be different for you. And different is good. But you have something new coming in and it's going to drop. It's going to be unexpected. It's going to drop in front of you. It's like a little treat dropped right in front of you. And they're going to go, hey, you want to do this? You either go yes or no. I want to stay on my little train in the mall or just take off on a big, huge steam train. But whichever way you do it, it'll be epic. You can either stay the way you are epically, or you can create that change. Be the change. Be the change. Right? All right, moving on. Hope that helps. Yeah, I was I bought so many cabochons now, and I haven't been doing any jewelry. But I have so many cabochons now that really actually hurt me turning my neck like that. So I was buying a new container to put them in yesterday, and I was in Harbor Freight because it has to match, right? Because I already have one, so I need to have this other one so it matches it. And I went to pull it down, and it's like a 5 or 6 pound box, and it went boom right on top of my head. Well, it's only 5 or 6 pounds, but my neck is no bueno, and so immediately wanted to get sick. And I thought, oh hell. And that makes so much sense. And I will be shutting down recently with family issues. Thank you. I'm glad that makes sense. Thank you for the validation. Thank you so much. And I hope that makes sense. But that little box, man, I immediately wanted to take a nap. Like, I had to go drive the truck, and I was like, okay, I can't take a nap. But I immediately wanted to close my eyes, and I immediately wanted to get sick. And I floated in and out of that all day yesterday afternoon, and I thought, oh, crap. And I did. I gave myself a little bit of whiplash just with a little 5-pound box. It was ridiculous. And I'm sitting here just going, but it really did. It messed my whole back up. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I can give myself whiplash by just throwing my head back and laughing. Yeah, that's probably me, Kelly. It's all good. It's all good. I'll put some biofreeze on. It'll be fine. But thank you. So I want to say how much I appreciate the validation, Kimberly, because it is important. Go to the chiropractor. No, I think I'll hold for a while. I'll hold for a while. First of all, I don't have a chiropractor here, and I'll try to do a little qigong tomorrow morning, but that'll help. I think it just compacted it down, and that's a lot more painful for me. That's how the horse kicked my head down on the top of my head, but it wasn't that bad at all. It was just a little 5-pound box, but it still hurt. Jessica Cleggs, I really need help. I'm not trying to be annoying, but I think my child is having memories of a past life, and I don't know how to help her or what I'm supposed to do with what she's telling me. Jessica, I don't know how old your child is. The child may grow out of it, and because that generally does happen. But the other thing your guides talk about is writing things down. Make sure you write things down, and not necessarily go out and try to validate things, because most of the times when we have past lives, they're just we're a cog in a great big machine. So a lot of times things may not be able to be validated, but write them down and start a journal. And there really is not, depending on the age, it really does depend on the age, because if it's an older child, if she's an older child, it might help. She's 3, in great detail, even beyond what I would expect to hear from her. I would just write them down and soothe fears at this point. Later on, if you, it's probably going to go away. And I know that is. Hi, Erin. I know that isn't what everybody wants to hear, right? They're like, but I want my children to stay special. And yes, they're always going to be special, but the brain is geared to release that stuff after time. Write it down. And they talk about when she goes to lay down to go to sleep, play nature sounds. I don't know why that's a big deal, but play nature sounds, and it gives her brain something else to think about if it's distressing to her. We don't want to have any of our children distressed, right? And sometimes, matter of fact, a lot of times, past lives can be very, very distressing. Yeah, Kimmy says her sons went away around 5. Glenn's went away about 6 or 7, but he still saw things until about 10. But he would have night terrors. I mean, like horrible, horrible night terrors. Oh, you went to do Qigong this morning. I would love to do it with a group. I actually do mine with just online. I love to do Qigong. It is, it has changed my skeletal structure so much. In the last, I don't know, I've been doing it now 3 months. Yeah, it just depends. It just depends on really, and here's the thing, as a parent, do you want them to continue to have these? Are you fostering that memory with them? Or are you just trying to soothe fears? Because past lives are traumatic, you guys. Past lives can be very traumatic. Lives were short. They were dramatic. They had disease, they had pain, they had issues. So it really depends on what. Do live classes to do them together. Do live classes to do Qigong? No, you guys don't want to see me do that. You know what? I'll give you the video though, where people I follow. Oh gosh, but the Qigong, I tell you what, the first one, I had an issue for like 8 months where my muscles had locked a vertebrae in because it had hurt so badly that I just let it go. And I'm like, when I get to Ohio, I'll get to the chiropractor. First Qigong session, it popped back in. I was like, she's terrified of the doctor. It came out of absolutely nowhere, but she's telling me this doctor took her from another daddy and made her lay in the road, and a car came and ran her over. Oh my God. Then a ghost came and picked her up, and they flew around for a while, and then the ghost put her in my belly, and then she had a new mommy and a new daddy, and we were happy. That's more information. There's more information. Yeah. Yeah. She's obviously talking about fairly recent life, though. She also said she was 16, which is so random for her to say, so I completely believe what she's saying. Yeah, I mean, it'd be fun. It would be fun to do. It'd be like a comedy hour. It would be. Maybe when I get back and settled, and when I get settled in Santa Fe, we'll talk about it, okay? We'll talk about it when I get to Santa Fe. That means I have to go buy some, like, clothes to do this in, okay? Because I just get up and I'm like, oh, here she go. We were nowhere even talking about doctors, so I'm lost. Or having past lives being a crappy person, that's a tough pill to swallow as well. You're totally right, Sherry. I've done some readings where people have been like serial killers, and they're like, what? What do you want me to do? You stab someone to death. I'm just a messenger, man. That's all I do. I'm working with your guides. You work with your Akashic records. So it can be very, very, very. We do the keep you do it Zoom as well. Yeah. It's so helpful energetically. Yeah, the nightmares end eventually, and the nightmares eventually fade if it's from trauma. At that age, at 3, yes, there's a lot of detail, but I would just see where it goes, journal it down. Maybe it's something she wanted to know later. My son used to say he had a sister, but she was struck by lightning. He was an only child, so I realized it was another life. Absolutely. I have a life I know that I passed away in a car, going around a corner. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to go start doing billing and get that out of the way so that I can start packing. All right? So I can start packing. Actually, I need to start working on tomorrow's class, which is Fairy Gardens. And if you guys are like, what? If we're dressing up, I didn't know we were dressing up. Now I got to find wings. So much pressure. Don't stress, Jessica. Don't stress. Spiritual things, they come and they go when they're young, and just write it down and be like, you know what, later on in life she may be interested to hear that. And yeah, you died in a plane crash twice. Don't get on a plane, Cherry. Do it, man. Just don't do it. Just say no. No, I'm kidding. I'm curious though, do you have a fear of getting on a plane? It's all you probably will dress up. I'm gonna find some wings. You know it now. It's game on. It's game on. You was stabbed in the back twice. Is there a list? Thank you. My hair is fallen a little bit, actually. We're actually getting ready to close out today. There's never a list. I always go through and I read for who my guides tell me to read. So I scroll through, and when they go, look there, I go, oh, and then I read. If you dream about things that will happen before it happens, what's that trying to tell me? And I realize after a few times, and remember all this, that is a precog. It's a precognition. It's a form of usually clairvoyant precog, where you get images. Previous Nazi. Oh yeah, I've had to do some. Oh, you guys, stepping into some people's Akasha calls. You know, it's so. Lost my leg last life, and it carried over into this life. You will find that though, right? You'll find that there are a lot of physical issues from past lifetimes, and they're there to help us remember. You have a dream of being in a limo and drove off a cliff. Wow. Yeah. It's interesting. Once you start stepping into the Akasha calls, you know, what you pick up, and you go, oh, crap. Oh, crap. One of my very first ones that I picked up for myself, which was a real shock to me, because anyways, it was in Greece. It was in Greece. I was wondering where my scoliosis comes from, past life speaking. I don't know. Richie had scoliosis too when he was younger. And we had to take him to the chiropractor and get him put back together. Anyways, the doctor was like, they were doing a screening thingy. Anyway. Okay. All right, guys, I am out. I'm going to go do billing, and I'm going to be tickled because everything is going to work perfectly. I'm going to I'm going to scan everything, and it's going to work great. So everybody have a great afternoon. I will talk to you later. Find light, find love, find joy. Feel divine, because you are. Absolutely. And I will talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.